Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to my Robinhood portfolio. Today I'd like to talk about different ways to trade on the stock market. A lot of you guys, especially new guys who have joined Robinhood, are asking what are some of the different ways to buy and sell stocks on Robinhood. So I thought I'd go through the two main ways of doing this. They're kind of on opposite ends of a spectrum, one being a buy and hold strategy, the other being a day trading strategy. So two different trading strategies, and there are some more sophisticated ways of trading, but for the most part on Robinhood, it'll simply be more of a buy and hold or a day trading type of scenario. So for buying and holding strategies, you basically will buy a stock and then hold it for the long term. Fairly simple way of trading. And there are a number of reasons why an investor would want to do this. First and foremost, you have tremendous tax advantages for doing a buy and hold strategy. As you guys know, any stock that you buy, if you buy it low, then sell it high, you'll have capital gains that are made, but you have to pay income tax on that. And for example, GE here has a dividend of 2.943%. And those dividends are given to investors throughout the year, typically quarterly. You also have to pay tax on those dividends. But if you hold a stock for greater than 1 year, you have tremendous tax advantages for that. Capital gains, you can save up to 20% in special scenarios, as well as with dividends, you can save up to 20% as well, because typically short-term capital gains and dividends on companies that are held for less than 1 year, you're basically taxed at your underlying income tax rate, which can be quite high depending on what tax bracket you fall into. But if you qualify for long-term capital gains, holding a stock for greater than 1 year before selling it, and getting dividends from a company after holding the company for greater than 1 year, you can save, like I said, 10 to 20%. So if you think about that, you get a tax benefit of 10 to 20% right off the top. So that essentially is augmenting your return 10 to 20%, which for most investors would essentially double or match their yearly percentage rate of return on their investment. So it's a tremendous advantage. The other advantage as well is that you don't have to do any market timing. So it's very difficult to try to, for example, buy on this dip right here and then sell on a peak a little bit later on, buy the dip, sell the peak. You simply buy here and hold over the long term, knowing that the stock is going to have some volatility. It's going to go up and down, but for the most part, you don't have to worry about that volatility. You simply pick what you think is the quality stock, and then you follow that over the long term. So really, again, market timing, it's difficult to do. Even professional day traders can't do it consistently. So novice investors, much like ourselves who are not professional day traders, it's better just to buy a stock and then hold it for the long term. Again, tax advantages for capital gains and dividends, as well as, the tendency for example, buying a stock maybe here, it trends down a bit, you sell it off, but over the long term, it's going to trend up, but you've already sold it off, so you miss those potential gains. And the third reason to do a buy and hold strategy, which really doesn't apply, it's not applicable on Robinhood here, is that every time you buy and sell a stock, there can be significant fees. On traditional brokerage accounts, you buy a stock, it's $10, you sell a stock, it's $10. So essentially it's $20 to buy and sell a stock. On Robinhood, it's essentially free. There are a few fees, a few pennies per $1,000 that we really typically don't see here on Robinhood, but if you have a traditional brokerage account, there's significant fees. So that's why a lot of investors have always liked to do a buy and hold strategy over more short-term trading. Then for more short-term trading, a lot of investors do what's called day trading. So simply, let's do a day for a stock. Let's do one with a little bit more volatility. Here we go, 3M. Day trading would be simply trying to buy here, selling here. Buying on the dip, selling on the rally. Buy the dip, sell the rally. But as you can imagine, it's fairly unpredictable with a lot of these dips and spikes up here. Professional day traders do have a lot of analytics they take a look at. There's a whole plethora of these, but it's very, very difficult. Even professional day traders have a hard time of doing day trading. Not all day traders are successful if they even follow a lot of these different metrics and sophisticated algorithms, so on and so forth. So it's very difficult to buy and sell unless you have some sort of special information. And the other problem with day trading too is you have to watch the stock all day. You basically have to sit in front of the screen and watching the stock go up and down. And yes, you can put in some limit buys and limit sell orders. Simply, putting an order and saying I'm going to sell at 191.51 when the price is down here at 191, for example. And then when it hits that price, it sells automatically. You don't have to be in front of the computer. But that is very difficult to do. If there's large upticks and pullbacks in a price of a stock, it's possible. But day trading, you really need to have that same capital be used, multiple times throughout the day, not just one or two uh, uh, scheduled trades, because that's how you augment your return. If you take $1,000 and trade it once per day versus if you trade it 10 times per day, and you make 0.5% on each of those trades, you're going to have a lot more return. That's the power of day trading. You can use that same capital over and over again to generate returns. So those are the two different types of trading on Robinhood: buy and hold, longer term trading, typically over a year, and then day trading, which is buying and selling the same day. And there's a hybrid swing trading where, for example, over a 1 month period, for example, you would try to buy in this area here and sell here. And I've done all three of these different trading methods: buy and hold, day, and swing. Day trading is more of a little bit of fun, to be quite honest. It's, I think, gambling. Swing trading is definitely viable. I've made quite a bit of money off Ford. I've done a lot of swing trading with Ford. And buy and hold strategy is, I think, the best strategy, especially for new investors getting into the market. But the reason I opened this portfolio, as a lot of you guys know, is to do a little bit of all three types of investing. I typically had an E-Trade account with a lot of ETFs and mutual funds that simply sat there, wasn't doing anything with that money. So I took some of my capital, put it into Robinhood here, and the whole idea is to try and buy a number of different stocks. That's why I have so many stocks in my portfolio. Experimenting with different trading strategies: buy and hold, day trading, swing trading, dividend capture, and there's some other more sophisticated strategies I've talked about in other videos. So that's what I'm doing with my portfolio. But again, buy and hold versus day trading, two of the typical and end of the spectrum types of trading. One's very conservative, buy and hold. One is very aggressive, day trading. And then in the middle, there's many different types of day trading that can be done. So those are the two types of day trading. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned something from that. If I made any errors in discussing any of that, let me know. And let me know what you guys do. Are you more of a buy and hold type of investor? Are you guys more of a day trading type of investor, or maybe a hybrid swing trading, or maybe you do all three like I do? Let me know. So kind of with that, I'll end the video. As always, if you enjoyed my videos, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I hope you guys have been learning as much as I've been learning in this video series. And as always, if you guys have any good video ideas, let me know. And until next video, we'll see you then.